All right, well, good evening, everybody. Yours truly, Ken Johnson, here with you on this, what is this, Tuesday evening. And we are looking at some big changes on the way in the weather pattern. The next couple of days, or actually tomorrow, looks pretty warm, and most of Thursday will be warm too, but it's after Thursday, and we get into the weekend when this cool weather is set to return, and it could be wet too this weekend. So if you have plans that take you outdoors this weekend, pay attention to the forecast because it could be wet and it could be cool. For starters, we can look at that big storm system which moved through the area yesterday. Actually, that front's well east of us now, and it did wind up producing storms, but it took it a while to do so. It took that main storm energy to kick out last night and for it to the upper level system to help cool the atmosphere. And you wound up seeing some tornadic activity today across Iowa and parts of Illinois and kind of over into this area today. There were a couple tornadoes up here. I think they were mostly weak, I think. But we could have seen that here too yesterday if the storm system had been a little bit quicker at moving out and would have helped cool the atmosphere off the loft. That would have, helped the cap to be overcome or help weaken the cap. Or if we would have seen daytime heating. So we got lucky with that one. And so far this year, severe weather season, across a good part of the country has really been kind of tame. Exception would be the Ohio River Valley, where there's been some tornadic weather up there. But even the southeast, it's been real active over the last 5 or 10 years now. Hasn't seen a whole lot. And if we look tonight, this system up here will continue to kind of move away. This is going to continue to kind of move up into this direction here. But on its heels, there's a cold front back in this area here. And that's going to be dropping to the south. It's going to take a little while to get here. It'll be Thursday. But as it moves to the south, it's going to begin to increase some, get a little stronger. And it's going to help pull a chunk of cool air that's sitting over Canada down to the south. And that parks itself over us by the weekend. So as far as any impacts, I don't really have any weather impacts really mentioned tomorrow, Thursday, or Friday. Tomorrow and Thursday, both like really warm days. Friday will be the transition day where we begin to cool off some. And then Saturday could be impact with those showers around and cool weather, maybe even lingering into Sunday, although I'm not going to put that on the forecast for Sunday at this time. As far as, let's back this graphic up here a little bit. So here we are Thursday. We are Thursday afternoon. There's your front. This front could team up with some moisture just south of us to produce some thunderstorms, maybe across southeast Oklahoma and down into parts of northeast Texas, maybe deep south Texas. If we were to see severe thunderstorms with that, it may be some hail risk, maybe some wind risk with some of those. We put this further into motion. There's a cooler air. And again, Friday is just kind of a little bit cooler. It isn't cold. It's just milder. Instead of highs 80s and 90s like we'll see tomorrow and Thursday, our highs will probably be more like right around 70. And then as we head into Saturday, that front kind of stalls to the south as a weak area of low pressure develops along it. And that helps generate precipitation north. And as of right now, this is the European computer model, breaks out quite a bit of heavy rain and some thunderstorm activity, non-severe variety, late Friday night and early Saturday. And that could lead to some heavy rain, even into, here we are Saturday night before it kind of moves out on Sunday. Now, the American GFS model, which, has been a decent model as of late, although I don't traditionally think it's as good as the European, does not have as much rain overs for the weekend. So we'll see how that plays out. Right now I'm favoring a wetter, cooler weekend as opposed to the GFS's still cool, but maybe slightly a little bit less wet kind of weekend. And if we, kind of look further out, let me see if I can pull in a Jetstream graphic here. I may have to do some finagling to the some of the time frames here. So let me see if this is going to work or not. And you have to ignore some of these low pressure thingies here you see. Yeah, that's not going to work there. So let's, anyway, as we look further out in time, I do not see severe weather as a concern for at least the next 5 to perhaps maybe even 7 days. We're getting into the cooler pattern for a little bit. We traditionally do this at some point in April, and it's been happening a lot in mid to late April. And in years past, May has been our biggest severe weather month, May and sometimes June. But in years past, over the last 5 to 10 years or so, when we get to May, we see a lot more in the way of warmer temperatures, more of a summer-like weather pattern. But there are some indications that we could see maybe a more active weather pattern try to resume over into early May, which could result in some severe weather opportunities. Remember, we said we thought we'd be a little bit active, and we've been active in terms of severe thunderstorm warnings, but not active in terms of tornado warnings, which is a good thing. In fact, the tornado counts across the country, with the exception being the Ohio River Valley, are way, way down. But traditionally speaking, May and June is when it really picks up. It ramps up quite a bit. Remember last year, May, very quiet. We got to the early to middle parts of June, and it was boom, active almost every day. There were severe storms. So you just had to kind of wait and see. I would tend to think, though, by the time we get to mid to late May into early June, that the weather pattern would probably show a little bit of a slacking in the upper level wind patterns down our way as we transition fully into La Nina. We'd probably see kind of some hotter, drier weather kind of take hold. So let's hope that we can get some good rain within the next month, because once we transition to that La Nina this summer, we'll probably see the chances go away, and it'll probably be a very hot summer. So at least that's the way we look. We're fine with no tornadoes. We're fine with no severe weather. Well, most of us are fine. There are some storm enthusiasts out there that get excited about that kind of stuff. But a lot of us are, but most of us are. We don't want that if we can help it. Early on in my career, I'd be one of those that would get excited when we had chances for severe weather, and I would always be in a situation where if we got bad weather, it'd just always be a lot of fun, to cover them. But as I've gotten older, I just don't care nothing about that anymore. Don't get me wrong, I like to be able to share my knowledge with you guys and be able to keep you guys informed and stuff during severe weather. But as I've gotten older, I've gotten to in a situation where I'd rather the weather pattern be quiet, with just some rain and thunderstorms, rather than I had severe weather. So, what's up there, Ryan O'Malley? I hope you're doing well. What's up, brother? Oh, what's up there, Cam Miller from Jamestown, New York? But yeah, all is pretty well on my end. I had to do the tour today. I was live at over in Wilbarger County at the Wilbarger General Hospital, and learning about the services they offer, which you wouldn't think that a little small town like Vernon would have a elaborate setup like that, but they've got all kind of things over there. Today was orthopedics. I think tomorrow I'm at a skincare place, but hopefully they can hook me up with some Botox or something. Edith, there could be some thunderstorms around. Nothing severe, but there could be some heavy rain-producing storms around. Saturday could be a pretty wet day. We'll see what happens. So if you have outdoor plans, just kind of stay tuned to the forecast over the next few days. Now it's time to ask questions if you guys got them. I got to go get dressed for the newscast here in a few minutes, but if you guys got any questions, ask them to me, and I will answer them. We'll talk about whatever you guys want to talk about tonight here. Trying to think if there is anything else going on that we could talk about. Of course, the eclipse was last week. That's over with. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Well, I don't know that it would be something where flights get delayed, Edith, but just keep an eye on it and we'll see. It seems like something's been going on. There's always something out there on social media they go crazy with and whatnot. So I'm sure there's something out there they're talking about now. But anyway, all right, guys, I'm going to jump off here and go get ready for the newscast. But y'all have a good night. And remember, we're doing these streams several times a day now. We have targeted time frames that we're doing them on, but it's hard to always hit those exactly on the head. And with these streams, we're talking about everything from weather to anything else. So I'd like to even have some guests on here from time to time to talk about various things. So, but anyway. Everything's going well in my world. I hope it goes well in your world too. And I hope you have a great Wednesday. Hey, hump day tomorrow. We're almost there. Almost getting the second part of the week, right? All right, everybody. Y'all have a good night, and I will see you tomorrow.